Right, without further ado, it's time to get our last second chance qualifying heat of the day underway. And there are 17 drivers set to take part in this. Well, 18 in fact, from positions 29 to 46. So Christian Couille and Felix Farger are in the front row, ahead of Arthur Roche and Germany's Fabian Bock in the numbers 370 and 313 respectively. Danny Cruz in the number 318 will have the UK's Alexander Luck alongside for company in the treble 3. Luca Den Hartog and Anthony Overbeek in 360 and 321 make up row 4, ahead of Antoine Antier and Brent Verheyen rounding out the top 10. Pieter Jan Bollen, Felix Jansson, Victor Paulsen, Vincent van Kerkhoven, Marcus Radney, Clementine Benoit and Georges Bersis round out the 17 competitors that will take part in this, and unfortunately it's another DNS for Hayden Cater in the 344. So these 17 drivers over the next 6 minutes plus an additional lap will compete for 8 spots on the grid for the top 36 final later on, which will be the final race of the day here on day 1 of the first race weekend of the 2019 BNL Karting Series season. Oh, we've just been shown... Oh, hang on. Alex, hang on, I see a mechanical black flag possibly being brandished. So one of the... Well, is that going to be the case? Yes, it is. Well, that's going to be disaster for one of the drivers that are going to be trying to compete in this race. And the number I see... Is that treble 3? Is that Alexander Luck? Who's 6th on the grid. That's the outside of row number 3. Yes, it is. It's flashing on the Digi flag. So are they going to start this race? Yes, they will do. So that means that Alexander Luck is eliminated before they've even gotten going. Now that is very strange. I've never seen that a mechanical black flag has been shown to the grid before they've even gone racing. So Alexander Luck, before he's even gotten a chance to qualify for the top 36 final, is out of it before the lights went out. That's disaster for the Brit on the very first day of competition. But all drivers have been able to make it through. Arthur Roche, in the meantime, has gone from 3rd to 1st with... Now, I'm just sort of seeing what's going on here. 385, Felix Jansson has made up a couple of places in the meantime. So just see how the order has changed. So they go across the... Felix Farger is now in 2nd position, having started on 2nd, well, 3rd actually. So Arthur Roche has gone from 3rd to 1st. Alex Luck is showing in 5th position, behind Danny Cruz and ahead of Anthony Overbeek, with Fabian Bock and Felix Jansson being the 8 at this moment provisional qualifiers, but with the mechanical black flag being shown to Alexander Luck, that eliminates him from this equation. So Luca Den Hartog will be the next one in line, but watch out for the likes of Antoine Antier, Brent Verheyen and Vincent van Kerkhoven, who could get that coveted final spot on the grid. So 4 minutes and 11 on the clock to go, plus an additional lap. Alexander Luck is shown again the mechanical black flag. He normally will have 3 laps to park it. And if he doesn't, we'll get the black flag excluding him. But this is effectively a black flag before you get a black flag, if you understand what I'm saying here, because the mechanical puts you out of the running and it's not conforming to current regulations. So Arthur Roche leads from Felix Farger in 2nd position. Christian Couille from the Netherlands in 3rd. Alexander Luck will need to park it, so I'm going to have to say sorry. I can't put him down as 4th at the moment. Danny Cruz will be promoted to 4th. Fabian Bock in 5th. Anthony Overbeek, Felix Jansson and Luca Den Hartog. Currently showing on the timing screens as, there we have it, Alexander Luck has just parked it. What a shame for the Brit. So that clears the Digi flag as Alexander Luck pits it. And, oh, Felix Vargier has just gone up the inside of Arthur Horsch for the lead of the race. Nice work by the 307. And Koya in the 320 is actually keeping pace with them as well. Fastest lap of the race so far is from Felix Vargier with a 55.171. 55.286 last time around for Arthur Horsch, with Christian Koya from the Netherlands around about 1/100th of a second adrift off of the 370, who's now in second position. Behind them, you've got Danny Kroes battling with Fabian Bock, Anthony Overbeek, Felix Jansson, Luca Den Hartog, but Antoine Antier is on the move and is up into 9th place already. Drivers in the provisional stage of elimination from the rest of the running today. So Antier now takes over 8th from Den Hartog from the Netherlands. That's a big coup for the Frenchman. So Arthur Horsch in second, behind Belgium's Felix Vargier. Koya, Kroes, Bock, Overbeek, Jansson and Antier are now your top 8. All results are provisional, following full ratification. So Vargier from Belgium in the 307, leading at the minute with 1 minute and 36 seconds on the clock, plus an additional lap to go. So I think it could be this and maybe 2 more additional laps. So if they're running at the 55.1s, well, one driver's just gone sub 55. Whew, Fabian Bock from Germany, 54.970. The German's now up into 4th place, 1 ahead of Danny Kroes from the Netherlands in the 338. So the gap between the top 3 last time around was just over 5.5 tenths of a second. Fabian Bock is a further second adrift. Then it's a further 1.3 0.45 to Fabian Bock. Then it's a further 3 tenths to Danny Kroes before Anthony Overbeek is a further 10.5 or so ahead. Behind Danny Kroes. Felix Jansson is 1.7 seconds ahead of Antoine Antier, who, as long as he keeps ahead of Luca Den Hartog, which he's done to the tune of about, well, he doesn't need to worry about now, because Vincent van Kerkhoven has now taken 9th position from the Dutch driver in the number 360. As the time is now going to expire as the leaders head towards... Oh, no. Oh, well. Now, was that a change? Have we had a change there? Yes, we have, because Christian Koya had just gotten past. I think that's Fabian Bock. So Bock had got up into 3rd, which would have put him on 31st position on the top 36 grid. But now Koya has just stolen that back with random abandon. So, last lap board it is. Felix Vargier over 2.5 tenths of a second, well, fractionally over 2.5 tenths of a second ahead of Francis Arthur Horsch. Koya from the Netherlands rounds out the top 3. You're separated by just over 1.5 seconds. Then it's literally nip and tuck, I think, between, 3rd and 4th. It was at the start-finish straight. It isn't now, because one of them decides to get a bit of a motor on and pulls away. But the 2 leaders, Felix Vargier from Belgium and Arthur Horsch, now coming through into the right-hander at turn number 10 for the final time. Through turn 11 they go, and then this nice sweeping right-hander at turn 12 before Felix Vargier makes a bit of a comeback. Well, Arthur Horsch is trying to say something about it and nearly pips the Belgian at the line. But Felix Vargier is your winner of the Senior Max second chance qualifying heat by 0.076 seconds. Ahead of France's Arthur Roche, Fabien Bock rounds out the top three, a further 1.479 seconds adrift. Christian Couille would lose out to the German on the last lap by the tune of nearly 2.5 tenths of a second. Danny Kroes rounds out the top five, ahead of Anthony Overbeek from the Netherlands, Felix Jansson from Sweden, and pending initial official confirmation, the last person to qualify will be the number 372 of Antoine Antier from France, having got past the likes of Den Hartog. Van Kerkhoffen was kept at bay with and ended up 9th ahead of Georgios Bersis, Den Hartog in 11th, Brent Verheyen in 12th, Marcus Radney in 13th, Victor Poulsen 14th, Pieter Jan Bollen and Clementine Benoit rounded out the top 16, with Alexander Luck having his race ended before it even started with a mechanical black flag when the lights went out, with Hayden Cater a non-starter.